What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. So I want to take this time while I'm driving here to talk a little bit about something that, it happened to me out in LA. It's not a bad thing. So when I was at the LA Fit Expo. Now in the past, I had these little online squabbles, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what you would call them, because what the fuck, let's face facts. Online is not real life. It's not fucking real. You can be a character, you can be anything that you want to be perceived as. It doesn't mean you're really you. Just because I'm really me doesn't mean the next person's really them. And I came face to face with Alberto Nunez at the hotel after I got done at the Fit Expo. And now Alberto and I have never met before in person. We've had discussions online. I wouldn't even call them arguments. I call them discussions online. And, I didn't really think about ever fucking running into him. I mean, he lives on the West Coast, I live on the East Coast. I mean, eventually, I guess we probably, were going to run into each other. But he came around the corner. I was walking back towards our room after the expo, and I fucking looked right at him. I said, Alberto Nunez. So that, I extended my hand and said, my name is Jerry Ward. And he said, Jerry, I'm assuming you knew who I was. He said, how are you? I said, I'm doing well. How are you? I said, I heard that you're injured. I was watching one of your videos that said you're injured. And he kind of had a look on his face. Like, I think he expected me to be an asshole. I think a lot of people, when they meet me, expect me to be a total dick because of some of the rants I go on. Just because I think like this and these are thoughts in my head, everybody has shitty thoughts in their head. Everybody has a rant going on their head. Just because you don't put it on video doesn't mean you don't think like that. But just because I put it on video doesn't mean I'm a dick all the time and hate everybody all the time. So we started talking about injuries. And he was saying, I think he said he's 32 now. He said, oh, something is always injured. I said, yeah. I've torn my pec, I've torn my forearm, I have problems with this. And we started laughing about it and talking about how something always hurts. We try to train around it. And, it was like a 5-minute discussion, and we shook hands and said, take care of yourself. Wish you well. And we walked away. And when I got in the room, I was like, he was a fucking nice guy. He was an absolutely nice guy. Not that he's not a nice guy on video, but the thing is, you never know who someone is in real life. You don't know who someone really is when you see him on the internet. And like I said, just because I am who I am doesn't mean that everybody's like that. And I kind of stepped back and realized, I said, you know what? I don't hate that guy. I don't even not like him. He seems to be a lot like me. He's getting a little bit older now in the training years, has injuries. I've been watching his videos, and he's starting to come around and see some of the same things that I had said before, like training in a certain range over here with a little bit lower volume so that you don't fucking get injured. And I was saying, you know what? Like, it's a kind of coming full circle where we're both not on the same page, but I think him and I both at this point understand what the other one is talking about and what the other one is going through. And I said, that's what it's all about. That's what this whole fucking thing is about. This whole thing is about us all being the same. So why the fuck are we all fighting? I mean, I didn't always agree with everything he said in the past. He didn't always agree with things that I said in the past, but I realized that just the way that I take things that people type online and say and stuff like that, there's a good possibility that he could have taken things the wrong way too. And the way that I write things, they could definitely very well come across the wrong way. There's no doubt about it in my mind. Like the thing about him competing in the NPC as a pro in a natural organization. Now, people were talking about it. He was talking about it. And I posted on one of his videos. I'm like, well, how can you do that if you have to give up your pro card for the Natural Federation in order to compete in the NPC? And everybody jumped on me. They fucking hopped on me. And Alberto actually said, he goes, I don't think Jerry's heart is in the wrong place. I think he just says things sometimes that come across the wrong way. And he was exactly right. What was happening at that time is I had two friends that were natural pros that went to the NPC that had to give up their pro cards. And the way I watched the video, it seemed like the NPC they weren't going to make him do that. And that wasn't the case. Like, he hadn't even told anybody yet that he was going to do it, but I was upset because I'm like, why do my friends have to give their shit up, but this guy doesn't? It was never anything against him. It was never anything about him. It was about the system, that why would one person have to fucking follow some rules, the other person not? And I think that caused a little bit of shit on that video in general. I think that's the last interaction I actually had with Alberto in a video or online or something like that. And he disappeared for a little while. He got injured, and I almost didn't even recognize him. His hair was long now when he was at the expo or the hotel. I kind of stepped back. I said, you know what? This is the problem. This is why so many of us, I think, argue, and so many of us have hard feelings. Things are misinterpreted. Things are said. Whereas if we were face to face, I think we would have probably worked some shit out, and I could have expressed things a little bit differently, because I'm not the best fucking writer. I can't type. I can talk. That's why I do videos. But I'm not the best typer. I'm not the best fucking writer. I'm not the best one with words in the written form. So, be aware, guys. I'm 40 years old now. I'm not a fucking kid anymore. And over the last 3 years, you guys have watched me change a little bit, where I'm not as angry as I used to be. I don't like to fight as much as I used to. Now, I still like to have my point heard and fucking, get my point across. But at this point in my life, I kind of step back and I go, what is it all really about? You know, is there misinterpretation? Is this person a good person in general in real life? You know, stuff like that I probably wouldn't have thought of before. But Alberto, if you see this, it was nice to meet you, man, and I hope that you know, your injuries are fucking healing well and you get back at it. And I don't know if you're planning on competing, but you're looking shredded. So, you know, best of luck this year. And I mean, I have no doubt that you're probably gonna fucking destroy everybody. That's just pretty much what you do. So I'll probably see you around the expos, bro. I'm Bios3 and I approve this message, and we're out.